Hey everyone, welcome to Trade with Nick. This is Nick Pham, and today I'm going to teach you guys what one of the most popular trading strategies are over the last few years, and this is the 0-day DTE and the SPX. So a lot of you guys know the S&P 500, the SPX here is the number one index that most people trade. We have what's called 0 days to expiration. In other words, this particular bet will expire at the end of the day, which is in the next 45 minutes. And you'll see these spreads are relatively tight, right? And they're always moving, these option prices. But what you'll also realize is, let's say I wanted to sell an option. And right now it'll tell you that the buying power is going to be $683,000 if I wanted to just sell naked. All right, well, if I don't want to sell naked, maybe I can sell a put spread. So if I want to sell a call, or on this side, a put, and then buy a put for a $10 wide spread, I can reduce my margin. It's only going to cost me $846, and I'm going to get $155 of profit. So that's one way to do it. But realize is if I do this, I need at least $25,000 in, and I'm filled as my first trade right now. And you'll see on my monitor tab, I'll show you how this is actual day trade, because this trade expires in 35 minutes. And if I open up this trade, you'll see sold one of the 680.30 put. So this is a bullish trade. If I go into my 1 minute chart, this is assuming that I think it's going to bounce above 6,830, right? And as a day trader, especially towards the end of the day, I do not like to hold this till expiration. I'm actually just going to get out of this trade once I make a certain profit. Here, you can see the profit loss is up, down, 250, break even, right? So since I sold this position, you can see in my order fill, I sold it for a credit of 170. I can just quickly get out of this trade before the day ends. And I'll show you how you can place an OCO order so that you don't even have to be. So here, down about $5. Now we're up 250. And you can see all of that based on the price of the stock. And I'm not betting directionally. I'm just doing the options trade. So here, let's see how we're going to do this. So if I see that I bought this, let me create an opposite order, right? I bought it, or I sold it for an initial credit of $1.70. I'm going to go create an opposite order, which means to buy it back. But down here, I'm going to go OCO. OCO means one cancels other. So this says that I'm going to buy this thing back to make a quick, let's say 40 bucks. Let's go 50 bucks, right? And then I'm going to go OCO. So that's my order to buy it back for a profit, create a duplicate order, and then this is going to be my stop order. So you go from limit to stop. You always put your stop loss using a stop order. If this thing trades all the way up to 270, so I'm going to risk 100 bucks. So 270. Since I sold it for $1.70, I'm going to sell this for, or I'm going to buy it back at 270. One cancels other, confirm and send. And what's cool about the Thinkorswim platform, it will actually tell you where the price kind of has to get to for this option spread to trigger. So look at this. If the SPX gets up to about, let's say, 68.35, you'll see this order is linked. See how it's linked right here? So I could actually move it up and down together. And we'll watch this live. Let's zoom in here. And this is like playing a game, because options trading, to me, is nothing more than a game. It's a game that has a certain, where you can bet. And let me just zoom in here and make this so that we can actually see the game unfold before our eyes. And you'll see that this trade only required me to use about $500 worth of margin. So you can day trade a big product like the S&P 500, which has one of the most liquid indexes to trade, and you're trading with the big boys. But as a retail trader, you can actually participate in this market, right? So here it's gone up here. We can see our position right now. We're currently up $5. And the position here, we sold, right? The 680.30 put. So our strike price, we do not want it to get to the 6.830, right? This is down here. We're going to get in the money. Once this, let me just put in my price level. This is where we sold. We sold right here. We only have 45 minutes left in this trading day. This is the one that we sold. So here, notice we have an up bar. So what does that do to my position? I'm up about 20 bucks, right? So this is kind of day trading the SPX 0 days options. Now I'm up $20 and I entered this trade at what time? It says my filled order was right there. Here, let me just show you guys on my monitor what I'm looking at. I know I'm talking a little bit fast, but I want you guys to see what's actually possible when you're day trading, and you can actually day trade actual big indexes that institutions trade. And while we're waiting for this thing to hit either my profit or my stop loss, let me show you how you can actually create buttons where you can put your drawing tools right here. So you go my tools. This is a very valuable on each chart, and I click OK. And down here you can see I can put my drawing tools up here. If I want to add something, I just click on this and I'm saying, you know what, I want to add a trend line, text note. I don't want to use a simple moving average. Let's change this to my price level, right? And now I'm going to add another button. I can even put my time frames. So let's say I want to do, actually, let me add in my trend line, my pan, right? And so here, if I look on my chart, I'm going to lock it down on this arrow. See this little pin? It'll lock down. So now, instead of always having to go to my drawing tools, I could just move it right here. And now look, it's going up, right? So here on my monitor tab, you'll see I'm up $40, $35. So this thing is moving as it gets closer to my target. And notice this is a spread. This is not even the futures contract, right? We're getting closer. If this thing gets up, it's going to hit me out. Boom, I'm out. And you guys just saw me make a quick, how much did I make there? 50 bucks, right? I made $50. I'm out of the position and I was in the trade for how long? Let's take a look here. I was in the trade for 14, what is that? 6, 7, 8 minutes. I was in the trade for 8 minutes. All the S&P 500 did was go from about 6,833. It only went up about 2 points and I made a quick 50 bucks. And my order got canceled. The one that I had, one cancels other order, you'll see got canceled. So I don't have any more working orders